All right. Anyway, let's go on to the closing reflection. So, what's one myth about mental health you'd like to debunk?
I like this question, uh, and it's one very simple myth. It's a bit funny. Reading about mental health is not going to give you mental health. Okay, if you read 10 books, 5 books, if you listen to podcasts, including this, it is not going to help you at all. I can tell your audience as a disclaimer, listening to this podcast is not going to help you.
I guess the second step would be applying it, right?
Correct. So it's about and I'm here just to inspire in some way, and if it helps, I can share my own journey like I briefly did. I was a very anxious person. I mean, I have not said this to you before, but um, there was a time when I was doing so many things at the same time. I was trying to get ripped at the gym. I was
You are
learning.
ripped.
Thank you. Maybe not, but okay. This is off script. Yeah. Uh, there was, and I was learning how to play a guitar. I was learning how to do kung fu, and I was learning how to do a moonwalk all at the same time. Obviously, I did nothing, right? So I then there was this particular weekend morning. I remember that very clearly, wherein I said, this was I think in 2015, if I'm not mistaken, when I said, well, where the hell are you going, right? Uh, then I go, at the time this question started popping up, like, where are you going? Where exactly are you going? Right? So I did not read 10 books about how to resolve anxiety problems at all, right? I did not even know where to look. I did not know what I did not know. It's as simple as that. I then said, okay, well, I've heard about it so many times. I should learn how to meditate. That was the morning. I remember it very, very distinctly. It was the first time I actually meditated, right? But again, I'm making this point because learning about meditation also is not enough. You got to do it.
Applying is
You got
important.
to do it. You got to
The
do it.
application is important.
Yeah, very important
The
for you.
action of doing it is
Correct,
important.
correct, correct. So that's why I emphasized it somewhere earlier. Find time for it, right? Mental health, you can, there's so much literature and there's so much podcasts these days.
Including this one.
There's so many. Maybe you are a very very unique host, but there are hosts and there are speakers. There is nothing at all special. By the way, I have not said anything that you guys could not ask ChatGPT or Google or any other AI tool. I don't think I've given any tangible, never heard of kind of input.
Now you're just being humble.
No, I well maybe if
Your
you.
your angle and your experiences are what the bots can't give us. They're unique.
Oh,
That's why the special guest is so important.
you're a sweet talker, Amir. But no, I think that's the simple answer. Like,
No,
don't keep exploring, and it's like information overload will happen, and you will get nowhere. I'm sorry to put it that way. I'm not discouraging exploration, no, but explore yourself. Like, for example, right now I don't read any books, but I learn about it every day thanks to my practice. That's how it is.
I won't call it therapy. I just call it healthy conversation. Right? Let's
Hmm.
put it that way. I get that with my mom. I don't need a bot. I use bot for studying and my work, but not for mental health and wellness.
Yeah,
I get that with my relationships and me.
yeah,
And another important thing you mentioned, exploring yourself through meditation.
yeah,
Yep, I'm figuring that out myself as well. It's a
yeah,
very interesting process, and I'm gaining a lot of knowledge about myself.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
and you cannot get that through listening to podcasts and reading 10 books. You have to do it by yourself.
So we are aligned on that.
Yes, we are aligned on that. What would you say is someone who's silently struggling right now?
Uh, I would say exactly what I said just now, that this is not an instant therapy podcast, right? To anyone who's struggling right now, seek help.
Hmm.
Seek help, like genuinely seek help. The infrastructure in Singapore allows for that. There are helplines available if you ever get into emotionally very heavy times. And I think whatever I have said is more of a long term lifestyle solution when you do, and if you do get run if you do run into problems later in life. Okay, so it is one way of managing your life.
Mm.
That's what I've talked about. Someone struggling right now, just find solution. I don't know your problem, so I wouldn't give a solution.
Okay, I can add in here a little bit.
Yeah.
From my time as a national service, full time, we call them the NSF for short. We've led our fashion and dealt with a lot of people over our 2 years in NS.
Yeah.
And I like to say that, as Ash has also said, but to add my piece, if you're suddenly struggling right now, there are people who care about you. Whoever is might be causing it, or if you're just struggling internally due to your own issues whatsoever, there are people who care about you. There are always people who care about you. That there is one person who's real in the whole world, and it would be your mother. I sincerely believe that, right? And for me, I might be subjective about it, but I think it's an objective thing to say as well. You can go think about who cares about you and go and have a chat with them, and it will really help. And as Ash mentioned, there are hotlines available. Seek help and don't just struggle alone.
Yeah.
You're not alone. Yeah, and yeah, that's about it really. The overall direction of this episode, I guess, has covered, as I mentioned, fitness, self-awareness and discovery, pressure, practical values that Ash has shared, that I will summarize in the description, leadership and growth from his personal experience as well, and which I also found valuable through our today's conversation and offline conversations, and the myth about reading books and fixing everything won't help. It's you need to apply, right?
I think the authors are going to hate me.
No, but
I'm
really,
getting myself into trouble today.
for those who are watching my this episode as well, right? I'd like to say you need to apply. You need to explore and think about how to apply what we've shared, and if it helps you and if it helps you, and only you would know if it will help you or not, and figure your figure yourself out. I guess
Yeah.
it's a journey. It's a process.
I think one thing. Sorry to interject you. One thing I should have said when I
Yeah.
ask people to refrain from information overload. Meditation is a very clinical, procedural. It's a step by step process.
Mm.
That's what you need to learn. I learned that as well.
From
Okay.
a book.
I learned it from a monk.
Okay, that's
Okay.
interesting.
But again, I had the luxury of having a monk where I was. But you may not have that luxury. Again, the idea is do find someone you can learn from. Like that's genuinely important.
Like Ash.
Okay, you keep on putting me in a box. No, no, okay. No, why not? I mean, I'm a volunteer. I volunteer around yoga. I teach as a volunteer, yes, but this podcast is about several other elements,
Yep.
right? Yes, if you want to learn something, I'm available. Yes, if I'm around, I would help. Why not? But my point was find someone who can teach you. That was my main point. Find someone who you trust and who you know knows about it. And yeah, that should help.
And thanks for adding that in.
Mhm.
And that actually sort of paints the whole picture about the meditation portion that you brought in as well. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
So I guess in one statement to summarize the episode, it explores from chasing external performance to understanding internal well-being. I think that aligns perfectly and summarizes it just about. So yeah, I think that's the end of the episode, guys. Thank you,
Wonderful.
Ash, for being on the episode and sharing
Thank you.
your angle and your experiences.
Thank you. I hope it was helpful, and I hope it was helpful to your audience. I do hope that whatever time we spent today was meaningfully spent, and it might help you a tiny bit to inspire at least. Yeah, that's all.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks for being on the podcast.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. Cheers.
Just look forward to the next episode, everyone. Bye bye.
Wonderful.